Hi guys, it's Deeds and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I know it's been a while since I've posted, so I'm really happy that you're here with me. I wanted to hop on here really quick and give you guys some updates and also share what I've been up to over the last couple of months and give you guys some taste of what's to come. Back in September, I started a new job and I wanted to give myself an opportunity to grow in that role, and that required a little bit more of my energy. So my YouTube channel was something I had to sacrifice just for a little bit. I also spent a couple of months traveling. I was in Vegas, Colorado, New York, North Carolina, South Carolina, etc. Like, it was a great time, but I was exhausted. I want to spend a little bit of time talking about my new role. Normally I wouldn't spend time doing this, but I think the spirit of this channel and what I'm doing in my current role mirror one another. It's a very cool alignment in my life. I would say what I currently do for my job is help bridge the gap between where we are as an organization and where we want to be. But what I love about this is that whether at work or whether in your own personal life, change is never comfortable and it's not always easy to navigate. I find so many parallels between what I'm doing at work and what I'm doing in my own life. And it makes me happy. Helping people with discomfort at work reminds me that I have to embrace the discomfort personally. Like, I have this version of Dee that I am right now and this version of Dee that I want to become. And in the middle of that lies that tension. And doing this for my professional life and helping people navigate, reminding them it's gonna be okay, it's a reminder for me that it's going to be okay, and change is okay, and discomfort is okay. It's such a cool place that I'm in right now. One of our mottos at work is progress over perfection, and I've adopted that into my own life. I noticed within my own self that whenever I shot for perfection, I would not make any progress the moment something messed up. I would be stuck in this analysis paralysis. An example of that is, in one of my previous videos, I talked about the accountability mirror from David Goggins, and I 100% love David Goggins, still believe in him, his principles. I love what he's done with his mind. I love how he's transformed himself from somebody who was like living a really crappy life to a Navy SEAL. I find that so admirable. And he talked about how he did it. He had this accountability mirror. And I was so bent out of shape on creating the perfect accountability mirror. And I wanted to do it just like him, but I kept getting stuck and I kept hitting this wall, and I would just like run away from it and not try to think about it. So I decided to like take a step back and think about what works best for Dee. Maybe that's how David Goggins did it, but Dee isn't David Goggins and she does not want to be him. You don't have to do it that way. Take the principle and see how you can apply it to your own self. So I sat back and I thought about the things that I was already doing with my life and to help my growth, and I realized that I had my own version of the accountability mirror the entire time, and I failed to see it as that because I wanted to copy his model 100%. I want to take a couple of seconds to share with you what it is that I had been doing and how I recognize this to be a really valuable tool to me personally. I would get these dry erase papers that stuck to your wall, and I put them all around my apartment, and anytime I felt discomfort, anytime I had an idea of who I wanted to be, I wrote down those qualities of that person. I wrote down the mindset that that person would be in. As an example, I actually have some examples right here. So this is like the paper I would use, and it sticks to the wall, and I would just write things down all the time. So, you know, if I had any friends over and I decided not to take this down, I'm sure they probably thought I was like crazy, but hey, I don't care. Anyway, let me read one of these things to you. Do it now and don't put it off. It'll still be there later and you'll have more things piled up and get even more overwhelmed. it will snowball. The mission is to deload your mind. And I think that was a reminder for me that if I needed to get something done but felt like a resistance towards getting it done, that I needed to do it, because whether I do it now, whether I do it later, it's gonna have to get done. And there is a higher likelihood that if I waited till later, there'll be a lot more things to do later. So this was a reminder for me to do it now and do it while I was uncomfortable. Let's get another one. Let's see. Okay, easy. This one says, find strength in the discomfort and embrace it. I think that speaks for itself. Again, this is me writing down how the future version that I imagine myself to be would be thinking, and having this as a constant reminder and reminding myself that this is how I'm going to bridge that gap. If I see this, read it, repeat it constantly, it's going to get stuck somehow in my subconscious, and I will begin like acting out whatever is in my subconscious. Let's look at another sheet. Oh, this one is a nice one. Do you believe that you can be loved? Don't be afraid and think that you won't be loved. You have to train your mind to be uncomfortable and imagine that you can actually be loved. Constant theme in all of this is the idea of discomfort. And for me, the idea of me being lovable was uncomfortable. Getting to the root of that is that I did not love myself, and I thought loving myself was uncomfortable. And I'm so happy that I'm in a different place now, because I truly, truly love myself. I love who I am, and I love the person I am becoming. I love every past version of myself. But it took a while to get there. It took a lot of sitting with myself and hugging myself and looking at those dark places that I didn't want to look at, and still loving myself in those dark places. But it happened, and honestly today I feel so confident that I am lovable, that I am worthy of love, not only from myself, which is the most important, but from somebody else, whoever he might be. And I just wanted to share that with you because it's been on my heart, and it's really helped free me from the idea that I need to follow somebody else's template. I need to do it how so-and-so did it. And instead, I'm like, okay, I can take the spirit of what they're saying, the principles of what they're saying, and see how it applies to my own life and do what makes me feel the most comfortable. The next thing that I wanted to share with you guys were just a couple of updates on my fitness journey. My next video, I want to share a more detailed version of how the last couple of months have gone. I want to share some progress pictures with you. I want to share some of the workouts that I've done with you, and I want to share some of the meals that I've made with you. And last but not least, I signed up for a body transformation competition, and I'm so excited because it's giving me something to anchor my goal towards, and it's giving me something to fight for during this journey, and it's a constant reminder of why I need to stay faithful to myself. It's a reminder as to like why I'm doing it. It's really less about how I feel and more about the why and being consistent. And I love having it as the anchor there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm really excited to be back on this journey and to be sharing it with anyone and everyone who ends up watching this video. Stay tuned for my next video. It's going to be a more detailed view into my weight loss journey. I appreciate you guys and I love you. So thank you so much and have a really, really great day.